We've used echo quite a bit already. It's how we got things to display in the browser. An alternative to echo is print, which does exactly the same thing, but print's a bit slower, so there's no point in using it. Essentially, echo renders its arguments to a browser as though they were HTML. It's the main PHP construct that will determine what your website visitors actually see. Let's start with a simple HTML example. Open the snippet Examplets Echo HTML Only and save this as testecho.html in the demo folder and run this in your browser. Open the demo folder of the browser, refresh to make sure you can see the testecho.html file, click it to run it, and we get exactly what we expect. This is a line and this is not another line. Even though they were on separate lines in the code, there was no HTML line break in there, so we would expect this to appear on the same line. If you right-click on this page and select Page Source, you'll see the HTML source code exactly as we've put it into our file. Click back to the demo folder list and back to Bluefish. Now select all of that. You can click in there and press Ctrl-A to select it all, and use the snippet New File PHP Simple Tags to put tags around the HTML. Again, select all of the HTML, not the tags, and use useful stuff, capture echo as single quote. And this puts echo single quote and close quote semicolon around the HTML. I'm going to indent that so it's a little clearer and save this as testecho.php because it's now a PHP file. Go to the browser, refresh the directory of the demo folder and look at testecho.php, click on it. Once again, we get purely what we'd expect if we'd only had HTML code. Right-click on this again and view the page source, and it's as though all we had in the file was HTML. This is definitely the testecho.php file. Click back, ready for the next demo, and back to Bluefish. Now we've only put in all this header and body tag information to demonstrate that you can do this if you want to. Removing all these won't change the visible output in any way except for the header. So we'll retain that and get rid of all of the other tags. Mark that and delete it. Retain the title, get rid of all the body tags and the HTML tags. And we're left with sufficient for our demonstration. In here, we'll add in a line break and add in a styled paragraph. Here we've got some slightly more complex HTML code. We've retained the header. We've got a couple of lines of text, which are not actually separate lines because HTML doesn't take any regard of line breaks or spaces in the code. We have a HTML line break with another line, and then we have a styled paragraph. Style equals font family sans serif and color red, and then the text, this is a styled paragraph. So if we save this now as testecho.php, go back to the browser, invoke that file. Again, we now get the original piece of text, which wasn't broken with a line break. We get a new piece of text, which was preceded with a line break, and we get a styled paragraph in the style that we said. It's a different typeface, and it's a different color. Go back to the folder directory. Now let's compare, first of all, delete that piece of code, and compare the use of single quotes with double quotes. We've left in the title quite separately, title, end title, PHP training example 4. Echo treats double quotes and single quotes differently. And here we've put in a break, a horizontal rule, and another break, all HTML code. After that rule, there's single quote example. So we have echo single quote, close single quote, and we have exactly the same thing underneath with double quotes. Save our test echo example and render this in the browser. It makes apparently absolutely no difference. We can view the page source, but we do have a different looking set of HTML in the page source. But the rendering of the single quote example apparently has no difference to the double quote example.